We went to look for tickets and there was a big line, so I thought, are we in the right line? Let's go to the info center.
Alex Eala did not headline the 2026 Mubadala Citi DC Open marketing campaign, and her fans sold it out anyway. On July 2nd, 2026, the DC Open released its promotional player list. Elina Svitolina, Marta Kostyuk, Naomi Osaka, Venus Williams. Alex Eala was listed further down, described only as a rising Filipina star. Within days, the tournament was sitting at roughly 97% sold. Chairman Mark Ein told WTOP that availability had become very scarce. That was not the marketing plan working. That was the marketing plan getting overtaken. Because here is the thing, this has happened before. Alex Eala's ticket problem in Washington is not some one-off. It is the fourth time in 7 months that a tournament has misjudged how much pull she actually has. And once you line these moments up, they start pointing to something bigger. The WTA Tour keeps failing to price in a fan base it does not fully understand.
This is Alex Eala's moment. Our dinners, our evenings are fixated when she's playing. That's real tennis.
Go back to January 19th, 2026, the Australian Open, Melbourne Park. Alex Eala's first round match against Alicia Parks got placed on Court 6, a venue built for fewer than 1,500 people. Reddit threads from that day describe queues stretching past Rod Laver Arena itself. Yahoo Sports called it a scheduling blunder, or Front Office Sports reported fans were left standing because there just was not room. Eala won the first set 6-0. She lost the match 6-0, 3-6, 2-6. But the story that week was never really the scoreline. It was the line of people stuck outside a court 3 sizes too small for the crowd that showed up. But this was not the end of it.
Eala, I'm rooting for you. Keep the Filipino wave going. There's something about her representation that I really, really like. It just, something is very positive about seeing how many flags come out for her, how many people are tweeting and viewing her stuff on YouTube and all kind of things. I just enjoy it, you know? It's a different flavor. It's a different spice in the pot. And I like her game. She's like Eala is like a Angelique Kerber of the current that I can.
In March 2026 at Indian Wells, Alex Eala's midday practice sessions pulled crowds that Front Office Sports compared to Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. On the next court over, Alexander Zverev and Taylor Fritz, both ranked well inside the top 10, were practicing in front of a fraction of that audience. BNP Paribas. Open executive Philippe Dor did not fight it. He leaned into it. We love every minute of it. We benefit from it. We promote it. Indian Wells adjusted. Not every tournament did. The Italian Open did not. In Rome, hundreds of fans packed Court 7 just to watch Alex Eala train, and organizers kept sending her to smaller outer courts with limited seating anyway. By that point, the pattern was already sitting right there in plain sight, a rising Filipino star pulling Alcaraz and Sinner-level crowds, and tournaments still treating her like a scheduling afterthought. And here is where the story stops being just about ticket lines and starts being about proof on the court. On July 4th, 2026, on center court at Wimbledon, Alex Eala beat defending champion Iga Świątek, a 6-time Grand Slam winner, 7-6, 9, 6-2. 2 hours and 15 minutes of tennis. Eala saved 8 of 11 break points. She won 55% of her second serve points against Świątek's 31.8%. 21 unforced errors compared to Świątek's 44.
I think being a competitive athlete, especially at this level in general, of course it comes with pressure, but everybody has pressure built into their lives at one point. And look at the everyday Filipino, my parents who have put food on the table for me and my brother and who have sacrificed so much. I can't imagine the pressure that they've been through. All the parents and everybody,
This was not a crowd anomaly getting lucky against a champion. This was a legitimate top 30 competitor doing it on the biggest stage in the sport. and within days, Wimbledon's own YouTube channel had logged over 1.2 million views on the highlights, more than double what matches involving Djokovic or Serena Williams pulled in that same stretch. That is the tension sitting underneath the DC Open right now. Eala is not just a fan phenomenon anymore. She is a fan phenomenon with a win over a defending Slam champion behind her, walking into Washington fresh off a fourth-round Wimbledon exit to Jasmine Paolini.
Even Federer had to pull up to watch Eala. That's how phenomenal she has been over this last week and a bit. But Ayala's run is done. She is out of Wimbledon. She showed fight, she showed grit, she showed determination. But today was just the beginning of something special. Big shout out to Jasmine Paolini, who's into another quarterfinal at Wimbledon. She beat Eala in 3 unbelievable sets of tennis with momentum going back and forth, and she just edged it out.
The DC Open undersold her on paper and got oversold on her in the actual market. And that gap is exactly what emptied the ticket inventory. Now here is the part almost nobody is talking about. Alex Eala's live ranking sits at world number 28. Tied on points with Anastasia Potapova, but under WTA tiebreaker rules, ties do not get broken by total ranking points. They get broken by points earned only from Grand Slams, WTA 1000 events, and the WTA Finals. Under that stricter math, Potapova has 1,015 points to Eala's 905. Potapova wins the tiebreak. Think about what that actually means. Eala is outdrawing Grand Slam champions in ticket sales and practice court attendance, and she still cannot win a ranking tiebreak against a player generating a fraction of her commercial pull. That contradiction, massive market gravity against marginal ranking math standing, is the real story hiding underneath the DC Open sellout, and that gap matters immediately. The seeding cutoff for the National Bank Open in Toronto lands on July 27th. If Eala holds her position, she gets a first-round bye. But if players just outside the top 32 pick up points at the WTA 250 UniCredit Open or the WTA 500 Hamburg Ladies Open in the 2 weeks before that cutoff, they could pass her before Toronto even starts. So Washington was never really about Washington. The DC Open sellout is just the part you can see. The ranking tiebreak is the part nobody is talking about. And the real question heading into Toronto is simple. Can Alex Eala's on-court numbers catch up to her box office numbers before the WTA's own math decides her seeding for her? Disclaimer: this script is for entertainment, commentary, and public discussion only. All statements are based solely on the provided PDFs. No harm or defamation toward any individual is intended.